Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my sketchbook and welcome to my 500th video upload here on YouTube. That's a weird kind of milestone considering I've only been on here for about a year, so that's kind of interesting. In my comments section, I had someone who made a request that I draw Garfield as part of Inktober. Well, 22 prompts in, I've kind of stayed within a theme, and that would be Nintendo Super Mario Brothers. But Garfield's one of those things that's kind of built into my soul. Literally for decades, since childhood, I've been drawing Garfield. So the opportunity to just sort of doodle a Garfield, yeah, I'm going to do that. So thanks to Catatu underscore 2008 for this suggestion. That was a few days ago. Let's see what we can do here. So, pretty easy to draw. This particular version of Garfield is probably considered by many to be second generation, so early kind of 80s, I guess. Yeah, so this is the one that I would know from like the comic strip in the newspaper, and then eventually like the books that would have come out. That you get as like a compilation of the comic strips themselves. So this is amongst my favorite things that you could ever find in the newspaper. So Jim Davis is probably one of my all-time favorites, as well as like Charles M. Scholes. And yeah, I don't know. I've spent so much time drawing Garfield. I do think that it's probably muscle memory for me to draw Garfield, just because he's been such an important part of my life as, as somebody who just kind of draws. So I guess there's that. Now, my mother actually would draw Garfield as well, and so even from her, I would have drawn Garfield this way. I don't know what else I can sort of say about that. I guess over the years, he's changed a lot. Like you can find Garfield computer generated. You can find Garfield just regular animated as well. And this is probably the last version of Garfield where he's kind of more of a cat. You know, he walks on all fours. He, yeah, to me, this is sort of like the cat version. The very first version of Garfield, in my mind, looks a lot like Walter Matthau. He was an actor. He would have played characters like Mr. Wilson on Dennis the Menace, which was a pretty cool comic strip at one point as well. Weirdly enough, that just popped into my head. Dennis the Menace was kind of a mascot in some way for Dairy Queen at one point. So that's a weird thing that just kind of popped into my head. Anyway, but yeah, getting back to Garfield. Now, Garfield to me is a cat that just didn't seem to care too much about Mondays. Oh, and here's the other bonus thing. I'm going to draw Odie as well. Yeah, he didn't really care much for John Arbuckle to bring home Odie. Because, I mean, cats, in a lot of ways, they like to consider that the house is theirs. And to bring this guy in, I mean, what a nuisance. Odie has big floppy ears that kind of, just like, you know, the ears of Garfield, they kind of come right out of the eyeballs pretty much. Stylistic sort of choices. Little sprigs of hair kind of coming out of the back of the head here. But here's the feature. you gotta have the mouth open, and you gotta have this tongue sticking out. That is kind of like an Odie signature, in my mind anyway. That's how I picture Odie. Well, just for fun, we'll have like a little bit of drool there. So, a little dog body. And as I said, this is kind of a muscle memory thing for me. So, although I draw very different than I think most people that you'll watch do stuff. I mean, all my videos here on YouTube I do in real time, and I don't edit the stuff. So you're seeing this happen in kind of one take, and if I'm making a mess, making a mistake, well, that's exactly what you're going to get, which is fun, I think. Let's see here. I'm giving him his bowl. Because, you know, Odie deserves at least to eat something, because Garfield eats pretty much, you know, everything else. Let's see here. We're using some hash lines, but no cross hatching. So that's it. That's a doodled version of Garfield and Odie. Let's consider this to be kind of part one of my 500th video, although the next one will be the 501st. For fun as well, let's say thank you. So if you've been along for this journey with me, thank you so much for hanging out. I think that's really cool. If you haven't been here before, feel free to subscribe and like and share. And yeah, no, I really do appreciate. And I try to look at all the comments and all that kind of stuff. Try to keep in mind, though, that for the most part, what I do here, you know, try to be respectful of other people, if at all possible. You know what? Yeah, no, I just prefer for you to be respectful of each other and try not to be mean to each other as well. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's add something to this. Just like that. I'll go back over that just a little bit. Anyway, folks, so yeah, my 500th video here on YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out. Check out some of the other videos too if you wish, but stay tuned to the next video after this one. It'll be part 2. All right, ciao for now. And again, thank you so much to Catatu_2008. Feel free to visit that person here on YouTube and just, yeah, tell them I sent you. Anyway, that's it for now.